what's that sort of vibe like, and be hitting out like the moment be bigger than it is?
It's super fun. I think last year it was kind of just, you don't really understand. It's my first time. That was my first time going, so I didn't really understand the magnitude of it and what it was. So it was just another game. But this time around, it's a little bit more fun just because you understand what's going on. This is my first time with you guys in here. There wasn't anybody in here last year, so they're telling me that there's like a little bit more people in here, a little bit more of everything. So I'm excited. We got a big task, coming off a great win. Going up to Philly, playing a great team, super fun.
Has that been weird? I don't think we've asked you about that this year, that we've all been in here, asking about it.
It's been different for sure.
Brandon, this one kind of might be a little random, but how did your time at Sierra College prepare you into the player that you are?
I think just teaching me patience, teaching me about the journey, the process. That's been the biggest thing I took from being at Sierra College, just enjoying the moments, the time up, leading to it, preparing for my moment.
You still talk to Coach Noonan?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Best memory with him?
We got a lot of memories. That's my guy. So hard to name one.
Brandon, what have you seen from Philly's defense that you think will bring the biggest challenge to you guys on Sunday?
I think like last week, up front, they starting up front. They have a bunch of guys up there that have been getting it done, doing a great job for a long time. Their secondary, of course, they got a great secondary. Those guys are playing well all together. The linebackers, they got a unit that flies around. So we definitely have a task, but we're excited for it. Those guys are playing well, so we're excited to see how we match up with them.
Do you feel like there's a chip on this team's shoulder to get back to the Super Bowl and take this one home this year and being so close in years past?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think we have a team full of guys who want to come in here and prove themselves and prove to the team year in and year out what we're capable of doing. Going to the playoffs and going to a championship game it's cool. We love it. We're in a great position right now, but to leave it that didn't really mean much. So we're out there. We're looking to go out there and prove something, prove it to ourselves, prove it to everybody around the world that 49ers are looking to handle business.
Can you describe how selfless this locker room is and how it seems like it doesn't matter who gets the credit as long as you guys are winning games?
Like I said, we have a group of guys that just want to go to work. That's a credit to the ownership, the staff, the guys that they brought in. We have a team full of people that just want to come in and get the job done, and nothing else really matters than that. Because we know we got the type of players that when their opportunity comes, they can do anything. We have talent all over the board that can do a lot of special things. So it's just about taking care of our own individual stuff, and then when you get your moment.
Kyle was talking about in terms of executing his offense that some guys learn better through video, like this is how you do it, and some guys want to see it on paper first. How would you describe your learning process, and what do you think about the way they teach offense here so that you guys are all on the same page?
I think a little bit of both for me. Playing in there, getting reps, watching it, learning it, listening, just talking about it is the best way. But I think, like you said, everybody's different. But just being in the offense, being in the system is the best way, I feel like.
You mentioned the championship game last year. You were so close. You guys were ahead in the second half there. What's it going to take to finish the job this year?
It's going to take a mindset. Coming out there today, going out there with the mindset, going out there with Sunday on our minds, going out there with the right intent, no matter what practice looks like today, everything that we do throughout the week, leading up to that moment. And then when we're out there on Sunday, we just play football. We just play football the way that we know how, play football the way that we've been, and we go from there.
How about the fandom of the Philly cheesesteak? Is it just kind of cliche for everyone to talk about the cheesesteaks, or is it actually a diehard food there?
I mean, it is. It's definitely a diehard food there, but you just call it a cheesesteak. You don't need to put the Philly on it because they're obviously there. Yeah, it's corner stores and restaurants all throughout Philly, and always competing for which one's the best. My personal favorite is D'Alessandro's. I went to high school about a block or two away from there, so we would sneak out and try and grab lunch every once in a while at D'Alessandro's, and that's my favorite. Obviously, other people will debate that through and through, but yeah, it's a real deal down there.
I've heard good things about the pork roll. What is the pork roll?
That's even better. So pork roll is like a it's a breakfast meat of some sort. That it's kind of like a, depending on which one you get, but my family got these 6-pound logs of pork roll from the Trenton Taylor Ham Company, and it's just a different type of breakfast meat that you make sandwiches with. You just like slice it off the roll and cook it up.
A lot's made of Kyle's ability to design and call plays, but if they're not executed properly during the week, during practice, the greatest play won't do anything. Here's sort of your take on why they're good at getting you to execute these plays. How do they layer it in during the week so that you guys are seeing plays?
Well, I think first and foremost, it's not. They don't really ask you to do anything that you haven't really done or build off of something that we already have done. I think every wrinkle that we have is kind of just another layer of what our base things are, and they're very, very good at dressing up the things that we do all the time to make it look like something different, but we're really trying to do the same thing. And the way that we do it is like everything that we do understands the same philosophy of the techniques and the rules that we have that allow us to play fast on Sunday. And so today will be probably the day that we have a couple more mistakes than we normally do on Wednesday, but that's the beauty of, because everything was just installed this morning, but that's the beauty of our team that, normally the guys in this room, if you get it wrong, you'll have it right every time after that. So you learn from every rep here. You learn from every single time you step onto the field. It's purposeful, it's deliberate, it's practice, and that's how we've had success.
Mike, NFL games are obviously violent, but given the stakes and kind of the makeup of these two teams, could this be, I don't know, fight the backyard brawl?
Yeah, it's going to be some good, clean family fun, right? Yeah, I think two teams built very similarly. I think it's two teams that understand you win the game by, running the football and playing damn good defense. And I think we have, obviously do those things in a lot of different ways. I don't think our styles are exactly the same, but at the core, that's what they do and that's what we do. And so it'll be who can execute best, who can capitalize on people being out of a gap in the run game, or capitalize on who can execute what they need to do as best and longest on Sunday. And it's best on best, and that's why you're here. That's why the NFC Championship is the way. It's the best two teams in the NFC that have been there all year, and we're going to see which one's better on Sunday.
Every road game this year, there's been a ton of red. Are you expecting that in Philly, or do you know their fans too well to know they're not letting a lot of red in the stadium?
I expect red because I learned this at Notre Dame, that when your opponents are red, it's a bleeding color and it stands out pretty fast in the stands. But I do not expect the same infiltration that the San Francisco 49ers have had elsewhere this year. I think from what I'm hearing in the rumblings of the locker room for tickets and stuff, Ticketmaster, I believe, is only allowing one purchase from a credit card of this area, so you can't double down on it. And no, Philly waits for this. This is what they live for. Birds are everything to these people back there, and as they should be. Football is everything that is important back home, and they're ready for this moment, and we're excited for it. Where else would you rather have it except for the toughest environment? These people love their birds, they love football, and they're going to let us know about it. And our job is to stay in front of it, play as best we can, and get the crowd as settled down as we can by executing our playbook.
That defensive front, 70 sacks, 4 guys in double digits. How do you prepare for that kind of depth and just power across the board?
I think you prepare for it by doing the things that you've done well all year, and I think we've been exceptional. We've had a great year up front, and we just got to keep doing what we're doing. We got to block with the plan that we have in place from Firster and Coach Craig and Kyle, obviously, and those guys. And then you got to win when you are one-on-one. You got to win, and we have great players. They have great players, and that's what I said earlier. It's best on best, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And I've been watching those guys, kick ass for 10 years in my hometown. And Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham, those guys have been there for a long, long time, and they're very, very good football players, and they mean a lot to that city. And it's going to be exciting. It's a great battle, and as a professional athlete and somebody who wants to win and somebody who wants to be the best, you got to go through the best, and that's the challenge this week.
Mike, Aaron Banks is, to us, quiet. Hard to get a read on maybe who this guy is. How would you describe his personality and behind the scenes? I assume you see more than me.
Yeah, well, I've known Aaron since he was like a 15 or 16-year-old kid when he was recruited at Notre Dame. So I knew him then. I knew him as a freshman when he came into school, and I was in my last year. And he's an awesome dude. He's a lot of fun to be around. He's a little goofy, a little, loves to hang out and have fun and be one of the guys, and very easy to get along with. But when it comes to football, nothing else matters to him, and that's kind of, he fits right into this mold here, and he has since he got here. He works tremendously hard to get his stuff right, to get his technique right, and to play great football for our team, and he's done that to a great degree this year.
An example of his goofiness that you could share?
It's hard to pinpoint one moment. I mean, just in conversation and just in, because I like to do the same thing, right? I definitely, I'm not the most serious guy at all times, but I definitely know when to turn it on and turn it off, and he certainly has that finger on the button as well. How does it prepare or compare? It prepares us a lot. I think that game has a lot of value to us. I think we got better as the game went on, and we learned how to fight through a game. And our team, and we have a lot of guys in here that have played a lot of tough football games. And going back to last playoffs to grind all the way through that, and then to grind it out against a really great team. They were ready for us. They were ready for what we had to do, but we were able to finally get on top of them in the second half and kind of take over the game by running the football and converting on third down. And it's going to come down to the same stuff this week. Obviously a little bit different of a style with Philly than what Dallas does, but the same kind of message is that you got to win, and you got to win up front, and you got to be able to convert on third down to stay on schedule.
Based on social media, Fred Warner's stock shot up last week, and not that it hadn't already been high, but can you just give me a sense of how he is as a leader?
Just very positive person, very communicative, just a great guy to be around, you know what I mean? Just one of them guys that never gonna lead you in the wrong direction, loves ball, so any questions that you got, you can definitely just, he's one of the guys that can answer just like a coach. Just a great guy to be around.
And then how about you and Aziz? I know that you were the odd couple, the roommates a couple years back. Can you just speak on your friendship and what kind of a teammate and leader he is?
Yeah, just unbelievable guy. Like, just from the first time I met him, didn't really know who he was. Saw him at the combine with the hair. And I think he had the ACL injury at the time, and I saw him, but didn't know he was going to be going to the 49ers. Never even talked, but once we got there, became roommates. Man, just realized that he was like a brother, really, like more than probably a lot of people that I've met. Just kind of just similar stories, backgrounds, and the way that he carried himself in life. Just really positive person, really just eager to be great, to be good, and just never settling. And that's just the type of guy that I saw from him, man. He's been that guy since I met him the first day. So, man, on the field, off the field, just unbelievable brother, man. And even, when we ain't in this locker room, I hit him up afterwards, or hit me up or something going on. He's the first guy that I call because I know he knows how I'm thinking, and he knows the best option for me, you know what I mean? So, just little stuff, whatever it is. But, yeah, like I said, just unbelievable friend.
How difficult is the dilemma of a quarterback that runs like a running back, and when to hit him, when not to hit him? How do you sort of calibrate that as a
they quarterbacks, I don't know, they run the ball, they're a runner, they're a running back, so they can get hit if they, he's kind of in between, so you just got to kind of fill it out, you know what I mean? With the shoulder, never know how he's going to run. But, you just got to be aware of, where you are on the field and who you're trying to tackle and how you're tackling them, you know what I mean? So it's never a perfect way to go about it, you know what I mean? But you just got to be on edge.
Does he do much sliding?
He's pretty even. It just depends on, some quarterbacks when they have to get it, third and short or whatever it may be, they'll get it. But You know, depending on his arm and how he feels, he slides and then he don't slide. So, you know, you got to be cautious of, you know, going to the sideline and, you know, just whenever you got that, you know, people are coming, especially just being alert that he's probably going to slide. But if he kind of sees a one-on-one deal, he'll try to give you a move and see if he can get to the sideline.
Dre, do you feel like there's a chip on this team's shoulder with how many times you guys have been so close in recent years?
I'm sorry, say what?
Do you feel like there's a chip on your shoulder with how close you guys have been in recent years?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. We know this is the year to get it done. We have the talent, we have the coaches, we have the guys that want it, that want to get it more than anything. So that's what you got it. That's what you need, and that's what we got. So we've been in this position plenty of times, and for us, it's just about, you know, it's all about us and playing our ball and just every play. You know, I mean, leaving it out there for the teammates and for everybody in this organization. So
two teams that are built similarly in the fact that you both like running the football, you both like playing good defense. Is it as simple as saying the more physical team's going to win this game?
Yeah, I mean, just because you play, you know, you beat a team physically doesn't always mean you're gonna win the game. But you know, especially our front seven, that's what we have to do is be physical. They got a great offensive line, good running backs, great running backs, good quarterback. So I mean, for us, it's gonna be about playing our game, and that's how we play is physical. So. It's definitely going to be a physical game.
You got a team that pounds the ball. They like to run the ball, 260 rush yards last week. Then that opens up the play-action game. Just how much of a strain does that put on you in particular, the linebacking group?
Yeah, I mean, you got a team that's good in, you know, running and throwing the ball. So what you got to do is you got to stop one and allow them to do one thing. So for us as linebackers, as the deep, we got to stop them from running the ball. That's the first thing. Teams want to run the ball, they open up everything. So we stop them from running the ball, and then you know, that's including the quarterback, and then, you know, just being sticky on our coverages and making some good plays up third down, and then we'll be successful.
As you've gotten into the film on Hurts, what are some of the things that you've noticed that he's really made a jump from? Maybe, I don't know how much his rookie season you saw, but just what's he doing now that has made him an MVP caliber player?
It's a lot to do with the guys around him as well. But for him, I mean, he's giving them the ball. You know, he knows how to give them the ball. He's getting better at reading coverages. He's able to throw it deep. He's very accurate with it, and then he's just making good decisions with the ball. You don't see him turning the ball over too much, and yeah, it's allowing his team to win and stay on the field. And you know, on plays he's able to extend the ball and he's looking down the field, or, you know, running into it. That's his biggest threat. So they want to live in third and short, and we just got to stop them.
Dre, what kind of a leader and ball player is Arik Armstead in this locker room?
Eric's huge for our locker room. Ever since I've been in here, just, you know, when I first came in, just very quiet guy. But then you realize the impact that he has just in his presence. You know what I mean? Just the way that he works, the way he carries himself. Like, everybody kind of follows and sees, okay, this is how you become a pro. So, and then that, and also just off the field, like everything that he just brings to the community. It just teaches you how to be a better person. It's not just about yourself.
Ronnie Lott on the radio yesterday saying, well, once he gets out, he's a running back. Once he gets out of this, you treat him like a running back, but then you got to worry about the slide.
100%. Yeah, you could treat him like a running back and try to get him down, but you know, he may slide, and you got to be careful of that too. So it's just being smart, you know, in those situations. And like I said, it's tough, but you just got to do the best to your ability.
Dre was saying that when you go against a team that can run the ball like they can, also has the weapons on the outside, that you just try to take away something. Is that sort of the mission this week? We're going to take away one thing, make them one-dimensional?
Yeah, you know, that's easier said than done. You know, we're going to have our game plan. We know what they like to do. You know, they have a great scheme, great players. They try to, you know, get defenses in vulnerable positions to get easy, uncontested yards. And so we're going to have our game plan, and we just have to go out there and execute at a high level.
The style of that Week 2 game last year seemed like a real slugfest. Did you enjoy that as a defensive lineman?
Yeah, 100%. You know, it's a defensive battle. You know, I think it's the top two teams in the NFC. They have a great team, great players. We have a great team, great players. And it's going to come down to those finite moments in the game to make crucial plays.
Hurts looked pretty raw last year. He looks a lot more polished now. What do you see about him in terms of his development for almost 2 full seasons since you last saw him?
I see a team that's catering to his skill set. I think they've bought in and believed in what he can do as a quarterback. He's different than a lot of other quarterbacks, and they're catering to his skill set, and it's working. It's been working for them.
Arik, do you feel like this team, maybe in years past, this year especially, has more of a chip on the shoulder with how close you guys have been each year?
Chip on our shoulder. I mean, I always have a chip on my shoulder when I take the field to go out there in these moments and prove myself as a player. And I think that you have to have that in this league. And every year is a new year. You don't get credit for what you did in the past, and you got to show up on Sunday.
Why is this the team that, after the Super Bowl in 19 championship game last year, why is this the team that can get the whole thing done?
Because we do whatever it takes to get it done. And, we're not concerned with who gets the recognition, who makes the play. As long as the plays get made, we do our job, do whatever it takes to get wins. And that's the only thing that matters at this point is getting wins.
What stands out about the Eagles' defense?
Fast and physical, similar to our defense, and they play well together. Like they're very sound. They're doing their job, not trying to do the extra, and that's what makes them so good as a team.
And you have kind of a dual responsibility because you're going to be a kick returner, but you also can be used as a receiver from time to time as well. So you got to know both things about them in that regard.
Of course, yes, sir.
You're on the doorstep of the Super Bowl. How much do you appreciate this moment being one run away from the biggest game?
Oh, definitely appreciate being another week, spending time with your boys, going through that grind, and it's always special being this far in, 4 teams left, and you still got to know what you're working for. You got to go out here and grind like if you were grinding in week 3, prepare like it's week 3. You know what it comes with, you're preparing for the Super Bowl, but that's not the mindset right now. You got to take one bite of the elephant, and that's going to be there for you.
How have you seen Brock Purdy's game evolve or change since he's taken over the starting role?
I mean, we haven't seen nothing change. It's just the world's starting to see it now. He was doing this, OTAs, making plays, having that itch for a play. I'm not going to say forcing things, just having cojones to do it. So every quarterback not going to throw it in certain holes that he would throw it in and try certain things that he'll try in big-time games, and that's what makes Brock, he's different. His hunger for playmaking is different.
Ray-Ray, what do you remember with him from training camp? You didn't get many opportunities to throw to you guys.
I threw with him.
What's that?
I threw with him. I went with 2s and 3s, so I went with 1, 2s and 3s, but I threw with him pretty often.
Right. So what do you remember from those games?
Just the confidence when he walk in the huddle, just when he can't hear or something, he's like, y'all quiet down, I can't, let me call the play. He took control of the leadership, not in a disrespectful way, but he took leadership in that role that he was in, and this is his huddle.
Can you describe the moment you guys come through the tunnel, the music's blaring, you guys seem to just get in a different mindset. What's that like in the tunnel before you take the lead?
Just actually, I don't go out that early.
Okay.
I don't go out that early. I go out like right when the national. Me and the Z's go out a little later, but the running through the tunnel itself is just a different feeling. It just puts you like in that cage mode, just like a different zone. Everything just feel blurry and just going to war with your boys, and then.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.